Nothing is impossible in life. Whenever you wake up, it's morning. If you think that you have done many bad deeds in your life, and now there is no way to correct these mistakes, then you must listen to this story from the life of Gautama Buddha. Let's start the story. One day, a farmer came to Buddha and said, "Maharaj, I am a simple farmer. I sow seeds, plow the fields, produce grains, and then consume them. But this doesn't satisfy my mind. I want to do something that will produce the fruit of immortality in my field. Please guide me so that my field starts producing the fruit of immortality." Hearing this, Buddha smiled and said, "Dear person, you can surely get the fruit of immortality, but for that, you need to sow seeds not in your field, but in your mind." The farmer, surprised, said, "Lord, what are you saying? Can we really get fruits by sowing seeds in the mind?" Buddha replied, "Absolutely, and the fruits you get from these seeds will not be ordinary but extraordinary. They will make your life successful and show you the path of virtue." The farmer said, "Lord, then please tell me how to sow seeds in the mind." Buddha said, "Sow the seeds of faith in your mind, plow it with discernment, water it with the knowledge, and add the fertilizer of humility. This will yield the fruit of immortality. Eating it will remove all your sorrows and give you immense peace." Hearing about the fruit of immortality from Buddha, the farmer's eyes opened. He realized that the fruit of immortality can be attained through good thoughts. One day, Gautama Buddha was resting in a grove. Suddenly, a group of children came and started throwing stones at the tree to knock down mangoes. One stone hit Buddha's head, causing it to bleed. Tears welled up in Buddha's eyes. Seeing this, the children got scared and thought that Buddha would scold them. They held his feet and started apologizing. One of the children said, "We made a big mistake. Because of me, you got hit by a stone and tears came to your eyes." To this, Buddha said, "Child, I am sad because when you threw stones at the mango tree, it gave you sweet fruits in return, but when you hit me, all I could give you was fear." Once, Buddha and his disciples were on their way to a village to preach. Before reaching the village, they found many pits dug along the way. Seeing these pits, one of Buddha's disciples asked, "What is the purpose of these pits?" Buddha replied, "Someone was looking for water and dug many pits. If he had patiently dug at one spot, he would have found water. But he dug a little here, and when he didn't find water, he started digging elsewhere. A person should be patient along with being diligent." Once, Buddha went to a farmer's house for alms. Seeing Buddha, the farmer said dismissively, "Monk, I plow the fields and then eat. You should also plow and sow seeds and then eat." Buddha said, "Sir, I also do farming." Curious, the farmer asked, "Gautama, I don't see your plow, oxen, or the fields. How do you say you also do farming? Please explain your farming method." Buddha said, "Sir, I have the seed of faith, the rain of penance, the plow of wisdom, and the rod of discipline. I have the rope of thoughts, the plowshare, and the pike of memory and awareness. I am disciplined in speech and action. I keep my farm free from useless weeds and strive until I harvest the crop of joy. My oxen are effort and diligence, which do not turn back even after seeing obstacles. They take me straight to the abode of peace. This way, I do the farming of immortality." Once, Malak's son asked Buddha, "Lord, you have never told us what happens after death." Buddha smiled and then asked him, "First, answer my question. If a person is going somewhere and suddenly gets struck by a poisoned arrow, what should he do first? Should he remove the arrow from his body or find out where the arrow came from and who shot it?" Malak's son said, "First, the arrow should be removed immediately, otherwise the poison will spread throughout the body." Buddha said, "You are absolutely right. Now tell me, should we first find a solution to the sorrows of this life, or think about what happens after death?" Malak's son understood, and his curiosity was satisfied. One day, a person came to Buddha. He was very stressed, with many questions troubling his mind, such as, what is the soul? Where does a person go after death? Who is the creator of the universe? How true is the concept of heaven and hell? Is there a God or not? He couldn't find answers to these questions. When he reached Buddha, he saw that many people were gathered around him, and Buddha was addressing their questions and curiosities with great ease. This continued for a long time, and Buddha patiently satisfied everyone. Seeing this, the man got frustrated and thought, what benefit does Buddha get from meddling in worldly affairs? He should focus on his meditation and drive away these people who are burdened with basic problems. But Buddha's behavior showed that he considered the sorrows of these people as his own. Finally, the man asked, Lord, what do you gain from these worldly affairs? Buddha replied, I am not a sage, but a human being. Also, what is the use of knowledge that is so arrogant and self-centered that it doesn't care about others? Such knowledge is worse than ignorance. Hearing Buddha's words, the man's confusion was cleared. From that day, his thinking and behavior changed. The essence of the story is that knowledge is meaningful only when it is engaged in public welfare. Gautama Buddha was staying in a village. Every evening, he would hold a gathering where devotees would come in large numbers because his sermons provided a direction in life. Buddha's words were mesmerizing and touched the hearts of the listeners. A young man listened to Buddha's sermons daily. One day, after the sermon, he went to Buddha and said, Lord, I have been listening to your sermons for many days, but after leaving here, I cannot practice the good conduct in my household life as I hear here. This makes me doubt the importance of these gatherings. What should I do? Buddha gave the young man a bamboo basket and asked him to fill it with water. The young man couldn't fill the basket with water. Buddha asked him to keep trying. The young man tried to fill the basket with water every day but failed. After a few days, Buddha asked him, after trying to fill the basket with water for so many days, do you notice any difference in the basket? The young man replied, One difference is definitely noticeable. Initially, the basket had dirt stuck to it, but now it looks clean. There is no dirt, and the holes are not as big as they were before. They have become smaller. Buddha then explained, if you keep pouring water into the basket in the same way, in a few days, these holes will swell up and close, and you will be able to fill the basket with water. Similarly, those who constantly participate in gatherings, their minds eventually become pure. The holes of vices start filling up, and the water of virtues starts accumulating. The young man found a solution to his problem from Buddha. Constant participation in gatherings can turn even a wicked person into a good one because the holy words of great people remove mental impurities and spread the light of good thoughts. A man was advised by Buddha, instead of bringing water from afar, why don't you dig a well near your house to permanently solve the water problem? Taking Buddha's advice, the man started digging a well. But after digging 7 or 8 feet, he didn't find any water or even wet soil. He left that spot and started digging at another place. After digging 10 feet, he still didn't find water. He then started digging at a third place, but again, he was disappointed. In this way, he dug 10 feet deep wells, but didn't find water anywhere. He became frustrated and went to Buddha. He told Buddha, I have dug 10 wells, but didn't find water in any of them. Buddha was surprised and went to see the place where he had dug the wells. Seeing the depth of the wells, Buddha understood everything. He then said, instead of digging 10 wells, if you had put all your effort into one well, you would have found water long ago. Close all the wells and dig one deep. You will find water. Following Buddha's advice, the man did as he was told. As a result, the well was completed and water was found. Everyone praised Buddha.